In the Gospel today, Jesus calls his 12 apostles, the closest disciples, and he sends them out and gives them power to cure diseases and cast away the devils and cure every illness. And he tells them to go and make this proclamation, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And you imagine the apostles when they're going out, what are they saying? Primarily they're preaching Jesus, this person who they follow, who's their master, who is the Messiah, the one who is to come, who is God on earth. The kingdom of heaven is at hand because Jesus is at hand. Jesus is upon the earth. He is living among us. He lived among the apostles. So the apostles really, they were preaching Jesus. They're preaching Jesus, and especially after the resurrection, they was just so full of love for Jesus, so thankful for all he did. And their heart went out to Jesus because of all especially because of all of his sufferings, and because they were temporarily unfaithful to him, and they were, sorry for that, and they wanted to make up for it because of all Jesus did for them personally. They wanted to just give their lives for him, to preach Jesus himself. This is what the apostles did, and this is what we're doing today. We're preaching Jesus, bringing everybody to this person, to the person of Jesus in this relationship with Jesus, to love Jesus, to know Jesus. The doctrines and the teachings and the theology of our Catholic faith is as important as it is it's really secondary to our union with Jesus, our love for Jesus, our knowledge of him. And so we pick up the gospel to know Jesus. What is he like? What did he do? How did he act? What are his mannerisms? How does he speak to us? What, manner, what way? What is Jesus like? Because he is God, and that is what God is like. God is like Jesus, and we will fall in love with Jesus. We will embrace him, embrace everything he teaches. We're preaching Jesus. This is our religion is a personal relationship with Jesus primarily. It's not an academic thing, a philosophy, but it's a personal relationship with Jesus. So it's not a distant thing like other religions. It's a personal, tight, close relationship with Jesus, which is what we are preaching. We are preaching this personal relationship with Jesus. The apostles did that. We do it here today. 2 of our friars are going out to our neighborhood people, inviting them, and they go to their door and they offer them miraculous medals to get them to know and love Our Lady, who will get them to know and love Jesus. And then they invite them to come to our chapel where we have perpetual adoration, to come to know Jesus in the Eucharist. He is in our midst in the Eucharist. This is what we are preaching today. People go visit the missionaries of charity, and the guests meet the sisters, and the first thing they do is say, "Come, I'll show you Jesus." They bring them into the chapel to pray to Jesus in the Eucharist there. This is what St. Francis was all about too. He was so in love with Jesus. If he found the name of Jesus written down, he would keep that. If he spoke the word of Jesus, he would lick his lips, and because the name of Jesus was sweet to him, he would think of Jesus as the babe in Bethlehem, and he was so caught up in the mystery of Jesus as a baby in Bethlehem, and he gave us the beautiful devotion of the Christmas creche, Christmas scene, because he was so in love and caught up with the person of Jesus as a child, as an adult, as a person. So this is central to our faith, the person of Jesus, and we want to preach it from the housetops and live it ourselves, to come, as we study all philosophy and theology and read the lives of the saints and the teachings, and we always want to come back to the person of Jesus and our personal relationship with Him. And it's so important to continue to reread the Gospels, where we hear Him again speaking to us in real tones and words to us. So He touches our hearts and tells us what He wants us to do, and we will be more closely united to Him, because we will know Him better and love Him better, and then put into practice the person of Jesus in our personal life.
Fructum ventris tuum.